I lived in a town. It was very small. Everyone knew each other. It was the kind of place where you couldn't go anywhere without seeing a familiar face. The streets were quiet and the pace of life was slow, but there was a certain charm to it, a sense of belonging that you couldn't find anywhere else. The tallest thing was the water tower. It stood as a silent guardian over our little community, a constant reminder of the simplicity and tranquility of our lives. But I had a big dream, a dream that seemed too large for such a small place. I wanted to be a pilot. The idea of soaring through the skies, leaving the ground far behind, filled me with excitement and wonder.
Every day, Sarah watched planes. She would spend hours lying on the grass, eyes glued to the sky, tracking the paths of the airplanes as they flew overhead. They flew over her town. Each plane was a symbol of freedom and adventure, a promise of a world beyond the horizon. They went to faraway places. Sarah read about flying. She devoured books and articles about aviation, learning everything she could about the mechanics of flight and the lives of famous pilots. She drew pictures of planes. Her notebooks were filled with sketches of different aircraft, each one a step closer to her dream. She dreamed of being in the sky. In her mind, she was already there, navigating through clouds and feeling the wind rush past her.
I knew it wouldn't be easy. The path to becoming a pilot was filled with challenges and obstacles. Being a pilot was hard. It required dedication, hard work, and a lot of training, especially for a girl from a small town. But I was determined. I knew that if I worked hard enough, I could make my dream a reality. I had a dream, and I was going to chase it. No matter how difficult the journey, I was ready to take on the challenge and reach for the skies.
People told Sarah it was silly. Girls don't become pilots, they said. It's too hard, they warned. Stay on the ground, they advised.
But I didn't listen. I knew what I wanted. I believed in myself. My dream was stronger than their doubts.
The sky called to her. She could almost taste the freedom. Sarah wouldn't let anyone clip her wings. She was ready to fly. Flying lessons cost money, a lot of money. Sarah knew she needed a plan.
I started saving every penny. I did extra chores. I helped my neighbors. I even sold lemonade on hot days. Every penny counted. Every penny brought me closer to the sky.
It took a long time, but Sarah never gave up. She knew every penny saved was a step closer to her dream. One day, Sarah met Mr. Thompson, a meeting that would change her life forever. He was a retired pilot, a man who had spent decades in the sky. He had flown all over the world, experiencing the thrill of aviation in every corner of the globe.
I want to be a pilot one day, she said with determination in her voice.
Mr. Thompson smiled, recognizing the same passion he once had. He saw the spark in her eyes, a spark that reminded him of his younger self. Mr. Thompson became her mentor, eager to pass on his knowledge and experience. He taught her about airplanes, explaining the mechanics and the beauty of flight. And he told her stories about flying, tales of adventure and the challenges he faced. He even let her sit in the cockpit of his old plane, giving her a taste of what it felt like to be in control.
"You have what it takes, Sarah," he said with conviction. "I can see it in your eyes, the same determination that took me to the skies."
Mr. Thompson believed in Sarah more than she believed in herself at times. He knew she had what it took, the skills, the passion, and the heart of a pilot. With his guidance, Sarah was one step closer to her dream, ready to take on the skies and make her mark in the world of aviation. Sarah applied to flight schools. She studied hard, she practiced her flying skills, but it wasn't easy. Some schools rejected her. They said she wasn't good enough. They said she was too small. They said she was just a girl.
I can't believe they don't see what I can do, but I won't give up. I know I can do this.
Sarah was heartbroken, but she wouldn't give up. She knew she could do it. She just needed a chance. Finally, Sarah got good news. After months of waiting and countless applications, the letter she had been hoping for arrived. A flight school accepted her. Her dream of becoming a pilot was finally within reach, and she couldn't contain her excitement.
I can't believe it. This is the moment I've been waiting for my entire life. I'm finally going to flight school. It's the first step towards my dream career.
Sarah was overjoyed. She packed her bags with a mix of excitement and nervousness, ready to leave her small town behind. She packed her bags and said goodbye to her small town. Flight school was tough. The rigorous training and long hours tested her limits, but Sarah persevered. She learned everything she could. From aviation theory to practical skills, she absorbed knowledge like a sponge. She flew every chance she got. Each flight brought her closer to mastering the skies.
This is it. This is what I've been working so hard for. All my hard work is paying off. Every challenge, every late night of studying, it's all worth it.
Years later, Sarah achieved her dream. The journey was long and filled with obstacles, but she never gave up. She became a commercial pilot. Wearing her uniform for the first time was a moment of immense pride. She flew all over the world, just like in her dreams. From bustling cities to serene landscapes, she saw it all from the cockpit. And it all started in her small town with a big dream and a whole lot of determination. Her story is a testament to the power of perseverance and believing in oneself.